6:51 time now for the morning sprint. Hattie is sharing the best news of the day with a terrific forecast. Eden's talking about an inmate to work program graduation today, and we're going to end up checking in with Josh Tim about a ramp closure. The Beltline's been a mess all morning long, but we start in Madison, where police officers are searching for an armed robbery suspect this morning after a West Side gas station was robbed. It's happened around 1 o'clock this morning at the PDQ on Mineral Point Road. It's the one just east of High Point Road. The suspect did not show the clerk a weapon, but told him he had one before he got away with an undisclosed amount of money.
The Madison Fire Department will assess just how much damage was done at a shelter serving the city's homeless after a small fire broke out in that building overnight. Firefighters say that fire broke out in a kitchen on the second floor of the Porchlight building on Brook Street right around 11 o'clock last night. The people who were staying there were temporarily evacuated.
The Dane County DA will decide whether to charge 27-year-old Ronald Rideau Jr. with homicide after a stabbing on the city's south side. Rideau Jr. is in custody on a probation hold right now, and officers believe he is responsible for the city's fifth murder of the year. Police say Rideau Jr. was in a domestic partnership with a 52-year-old victim who was found in an apartment complex on West Badger Road on Saturday morning.
The man charged with hitting and killing a 30-year-old walking home from work will be back in court today for a preliminary hearing. Police say Francisco Martinez is accused of driving under the influence when he hit Curtis Bond on Highway 113 in Westport last month. According to a search warrant, the 911 caller reported seeing Martinez asleep at the wheel with a 6-year-old in the car.
To find work on a dairy farm once released from prison. 8 inmates from the John Burke Correctional Center are graduating from a 2-month program that teaches basic dairy farming skills. They learn how to grow crops to feed cows, milk them, and raise calves. The program is put on by the Department of Corrections and the Moraine Park Technical College. Inmates earn 2 college credits. Once released, they can get jobs at farms in Waupun, Oregon, and Fox Lake. The graduation ceremony is set for 11:30 today at the John Burke Correctional Center.
It'll be a great day to spend some time outside today. We have beautiful conditions. Temperatures a little cool this morning, starting in the upper 40s and lower 50s. A nice warm up by lunchtime, already back to close to 70 degrees, but we don't stop there. Today will be a little warmer than yesterday with highs in the mid 70s across southern Wisconsin. And that's your first alert forecast.
Thank you, Hattie. Let's go to Capitol Hill now, where the fate of the Senate's version of legislation to repeal and replace Obamacare is in jeopardy because at least 5 Republican senators say they'll oppose it, including Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson. Republicans can only lose 2 of their members if all of the Democrats vote against it, as expected. The Senate will hold a procedural vote to move forward, most likely tomorrow.
Parts of the president's proposed travel ban could be back in effect over the next day or two. The Supreme Court ruled to reinstate some of the executive order as it prepares to hold hearings on the policies in the fall. In the meantime, the government can deny visas to people from 6 Muslim-majority countries, but those who have ties to family, educational institutions, or companies here in the U.S. will not be denied access.
The White House says there is evidence that the Syrian government's planning another chemical weapons attack on its own people. Officials say the alleged activities underway now are similar to preparations the government took before an April chemical weapons attack that killed dozens and injured hundreds of others. CBS This Morning will have a live report from the White House coming up.
Hundreds of people are out of their homes this morning in the western part of the country. And California, the so-called Manzanita fire has already scorched roughly 1,200 acres. In Utah, fire about 200 miles north of Las Vegas has grown to more than 40,000 acres in the last 10 days. Hot, windy weather will continue to make it tough for firefighters.
One person is in custody in New Orleans, accused of brutally attacking 2 tourists in the French Quarter. Police are also looking for 3 other suspects. Investigators say the tourists are from the Boston area. They were walking back to their hotel when they were attacked and robbed. One of those victims this morning is in critical condition.
A congressional committee will vote on legislation that would prevent airlines from forcibly removing passengers seated on an overbooked flight and regulate compensation for passengers actually denied boarding. The bill also privatizes air traffic control, something strongly supported by President Trump.
So all morning long, we've been following a crash that closed down the ramp from I-39 northbound to the westbound Beltline. Let's get a check on First Alert Traffic with Josh Tim. Josh, what's the latest?
Yeah, that ramp exiting I-39 northbound, like you said, onto the the westbound Beltline is actually still closed from that semi-rollover that happened earlier this morning. The crash does look to be mostly cleared up, but the DOT is still out there checking out the guardrail and making sure it's all safe to reopen. No real word yet on how much longer that will be, so you'll still need to take another route for the time being. Other routes heading into the city are cruising along at the usual speeds with no major delays. And other than that ramp being closed, the interstate is moving well in the Madison area with no other crashes or issues. With your First Alert Traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Thanks, Josh.
And this morning we have clear skies. The forecast for today, pretty simple. Sunshine and comfortable conditions. Here's a look at our day planner temperatures. We look for highs in the mid-70s later on this afternoon with low humidity. Now tomorrow, humidity will increase. Tomorrow is an alert day for southern Wisconsin with potential for severe weather, especially between 6 p.m. and midnight for the area. Chances for rain then through the end of the week, but it looks like to dry out a little bit as we head into the upcoming holiday.
Not too shabby then. It'll actually feel like summer with temperatures in the 80s.
Yes, back in the 80s.
Yeah. All right, Hads, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. Up next on CBS This Morning, they'll have a report from Alaska where there have been a couple of fatal bear attacks up there.
Really interesting, as well as live reports from both the White House and Congress, in particular the Senate, maybe taking a procedural vote tomorrow morning to move forward with health care reform. We'll see whether it has enough votes to pass.